Hey everybody, I am here with my 2016 ASAT special, the one that I put the B-bender on last year. Johnny Gomez was just here this morning and I busted this thing out on him, and he's never had one of these things before. So I thought, hey, you know what would be rad? I'm gonna find an ASAT special here and I'm gonna install a B-bender on it. And he's coming back, I think, on Friday. So I wanted to get one and put it in his hands and let him take it and just go groove on it. I want to see what happens when Johnny Gomez hangs out with a B-bender for a while at home. See what he comes back with. So I'm going to take this ASAT special. This is the same one, the 2016. This is the one I explained about the license plate, the derogatory license plate serial number tag. So that's 2016. And this one, this is a 2017 ASAT special. Nice 3-tone sunburst, alder body, vintage tint neck. You know, it's got the mojo. It's got the serial number tag on there. Now, this is one of the ones that we did with nitrocellulose. So this has got a nitrocellulose lacquer body and neck finish. And this thing was in a box, and it's like a sort of a B-stock mystery meat. You know, it's sort of new, but nobody knows what's in it. So this thing, the box had light scratches. So light scratches, yeah, it has a few light scratches and it has a couple of little pits, but this thing is just full on straight nitrocellulose. I can't even say it. This is straight nitrocellulose lacquer. And this stuff, you know, if you just go out for lunch, you come back, there might be a pit or two more. So I think at the time it was my idea. We were going to sell them so they're like new instruments with nitrocellulose lacquer. So it's not like there's no relicking, it's just a nice new instrument. But I think the way things are now, people, especially dealers, they get so used to finishes being perfect as opposed to these nitro ones, that when they get what is it otherwise a clean new instrument that's not intentionally even lightly aged, it's just sort of a trip because it looks like, hey, here's a new guitar and there's a blem on it, you know? But it's the nature of it. So here's this thing. It's been sitting here since 2017. And I decided, hey, this is rad. I'm going to put the B-bender on this thing. So let's get to work. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out the saddle lock bridge here. And you can see the foot on the bottom. And if you have seen the bit about the Sabre guitar that we're doing, you can see this fits into the same route inside the body to fit against the end grain of the wood. But this bridge, the B string for the B-bender is going to have to pass through this bridge. So let's take a look at the green one real quick. That string has to pass through a hole that's drilled into the bridge and come out the other side. So, where did I just put our bridge? What did I just do? Oh, right here, of course. So I have another bridge plate here. Oh, it's still a little bit greasy because this one, this bridge plate has already been drilled out. So my brother, he took this thing into the shop and he machined 2 holes into it. One is for a B string and one's for a G string, because there's another version of the bender that has a B and a G string. So hey, if it's already up on the mill, let's just go ahead and put both holes in it just in case we ever want to put a different bender out that does the B and G string.
I need a... There we go. I don't like to use my fingers all the time on that, but... No, you bitch. Okay. I want to clean it up. Okay, that's good. That'll work.
So this is still a little bit greasy because there's a little lubricant put on it before we mill the holes in it. So I don't know if we can see it all here. There's 2 extra little holes in here. So now I got this bridge here that doesn't have the holes in there. So I'm going to swap the saddles from this bridge onto this one. But the saddle lock is engaged, so I have to find an Allen's key for this. Okay. Fortunately, I got this handy Leo's bench over there. Thank you, Leo, for his little hex key driver here. So I've loosened the set screw on the side. See how I have this? This looks like a screwdriver, but it's a little hex Allen head on the side. That fits in this little screw here. So the way this bridge worked is once you get your intonation and your height set up, you would screw this in and it would press against this little grub screw would press against a kind of a nylon bushing, would press all these saddles together, kind of act to make them and the saddle and the bridge plate act kind of like one mass, transferring all the energy through there into this plate that fits into the route in the body like this. So it was really trying to gather all the string energy and get everything into the plate and into the body without losing energy, like say in side to side movement of the saddles. So he's looking to take any place where the energy was just wasted, just like heat being wasted, you might want to trap it somehow. This is trying to trap that string energy and capture it, get it into the beefy plate, and then get it from there into the body. So I've just loosened this, so now my saddles can move around. Okay, there's my bridge plate off of this ASAT, and here's the bridge plate that Johnny drilled the holes for. So now we go in to swap the saddles. Okay. Not much to see. The bridge is off. Oh, new bridge plate. Now we got our holes ready to play with the bead bender. Dude, so what happened? You just had to switch the thing because the battery. Because why?
It was going from 100 to 0 real quick, from 45 to 35 to 30 to 25 real fast.
So we're in the lab. So I was just joking that Leo's going to manifest, but okay, this thing has been sitting in the warehouse since 2017, February of 2017. So this rosewood is a little bit parched. I don't know if you can see me. So this rosewood is a little bit parched because it's been sitting in the warehouse for since February 17. So I'm gonna hit this with a little lemon oil. Yeah, you can use other stuff, but I mean, lemon oil is nice. It's natural. I like the smell. I just like the stuff. So I'm just getting some down, and I'm going to start to work it around. I don't want it getting all over the place and making a huge mess. Not that it's a big deal if it gets all over the place, and it kind of does, but it's nice if you don't help it make a total freaking mess. You want to get it nice, all welling up, kind of around the frets, because it really soaks in here, and this is right around the frets, the first place where you see it get dry, or say where it absorbs the most real quickly. So I'm trying to get a lot into the edge there. Oh, there's still a little more. It's thirsty. Okay, I was just going to let that hang out for a bit, kind of soak in there a bit. Okay, I'm going to open up this box here. This is the box from Hipshot. It says bead bender only. I don't know what that means. It just means, I guess there's nothing else in the box I might expect. That's space there. Here's our bead bender. Come on, baby. There we go. All right. Wow, this is like an unboxing video. here's what it looks like. Boom. Okay, look at that. Look at that big sexy card in there. I guess that's this is for transport because you can see this nice shiny thing beneath it. It's beautifully polished. So this card is on there to protect this thing from getting banged up. So when you do get it, it's super sexy. So here is the B-bender armature, I guess. And this is the arm. So when you put the thing in the case, you can't have this thing sticking out of your guitar, so you got to be able to take it off. So here's the little wing nut that I was not strong enough to open for the first time. And you fit your arm in there. So here's the back side of your guitar. Boom, this goes in here. Just kind of get it flush or whatever, it doesn't quite matter. And use your wing nut. So now it's on your guitar. And if you just turn your guitar this way, watch what happens. This lever will move, right? I can drag, if I pull it into my body, what happens? It wants to go out, and then this is, the string's going through here, so this is, it's like a hooked fish, you know, on a fishing rod. It's going, oh, I'm pulling you out. Oh, I can let you back out, let the fish back out. Oh. So it's a fishing rod. That's what we have here. So we're gonna put our fishing rod on now. Come on, baby. And we have a little bit of other stuff in here. We have this little package of fun stuff, which we're going to get to. And we have instructions, which... Okay, let's regret not doing the instructions. I'm just going to, this thing is mounted using the strap button. So if you check this out here, let's say it's screwed onto the guitar here, and the strap button's going through right here. Now I could put these extra screws if I want to drill some holes into the body here, but I don't want to do it. I don't really need to do it. Just this one's pretty secure. So I'm going to just go ahead and buzz this one out. My strap button. Lemon oil, it's getting around. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buzz off the lemon oil. All right. We buy these boxes of rags. They're called bag of rags. I forgot something. But the way the rags come about is in textile places, I don't know, probably China or whatever, and where, I don't know, maybe this was going to be pajamas, all the things that are blemmed or too screwed up, whatever, they cut them up. So there's like pieces of shirts with arms and whatever, and this says, Hog Heaven. And we have, it looks like a cowgirl on a Harley Hog on Route 66 going to the Motor Inn. So how about that? So, Hog Heaven, take care of my rosewood. So all I'm doing is trying to get it out there. I'm trying to simultaneously wipe it off, but also massaging it in there. I'm not licensed for therapeutics, or whatever the hell that is, massages. But I can do this well. Now I'm just trying to get into the edges of frets closely, not leave slop in there. And we'll hit it one more time before we string it up, because some of it will kind of seep back out. So you know, just get it worked in, get it taken off, and then come back and hit it one more time for a little finish. Oh, that's gone there pretty good. All right, this is good enough for now. Plus, it's every time I touch the guitar, I'm getting lemon oil. So, all right, back to the strap button. Okay, strap button here. And in our little mystery package, which is necessary, we have some goodies. And one of them is a much longer, it's a much longer strap button screw. Now, I'm not going to use this because I'm not going to roll that hard on this, but I just want you guys to know that you can install this using this much longer screw that's much deeper. I'm not going to be rolling that hard on this, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the original screw. So you can see everything's the same about that screw, but this one is about at least ½ an inch longer. But I'm going to roll without that for now. Oh, there goes our little piece of felt too. All right, let's see if we can turn this around. Maybe it's a little harder for me to work from this side. So there's our strap button hole. I'm going to go ahead and just pop this in. Make a hole. I'm going to make a hole in here in this pretty felt stuff. Okay. Starting to look more like a thing. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. And I probably should have done that already. I definitely should have done that already. Oh well. That's okay. Alright, now it looks like a thing. See, I just put that on there for now so you can just kind of see where that screw is. Just right in the middle. Now I'm going to just pop it on with the strap button. Just getting the little bit of masking tape off. Oh, you don't want to come off. Okay, it's old masking tape. This has been in this stock room for a long time, so I think I'm just going to pretend that bit didn't happen there. It's no problem. Okay, where's our strap button? That wasn't very elegant. Strap button, screw, felt. Okay, here we are back. You see our strap buttons on. We've just added our bear claw, as someone called it. Now, the string, well, break time. The B string has to pass through the bridge. And as it passes through the bridge, if you can see, there's a tiny bit of like semi-clear translucent plastic. It's like a slippery plastic tube that we fit inside the hole. And the string will pass through the little plastic tube because it's much more slippery than the bridge plate. You know, the string's going to want to cut into that bridge plate pretty more quickly and get stuck than this material. So this material was provided by Hipshot. It's like 3 times the size we need, but that's great. You want to have an extra in case you screw up. And so I'm looking about how much I need. And this is just really a case of just kind of measuring it and, okay. Whoa, hey. Okay, recover you later. That tiny little thing. So I've got my little piece right here, and now I've got to get it through the hole. Which may or may not go well. Please fit, please fit. Yes, there we go. Nice. Unless I'm missing anything, I can go ahead and string this thing up and then we just get it set up. Looks good. Let's put some strings on. Oh, this one must be for you then. For you, my Bel Air green beauty. Got to get around the bridge here. I need to get around this thing a little bit to put my G-string in. Having trouble putting my G-string on. Okay, that's a bit of a hassle, but not that bad. Just having to get to the G-string, the hole through there, it's kind of weird angle. But, you know, if I was using one of these all the time, it wouldn't be any big deal. It's just because I'm not used to change the strings on it, so I derped out easily. Okay, now we get to the B string. Now it's a little different. Ever so slightly different. So, for this guy, this is my B string, right? Okay, I have to go through, here, let's take a look at this. And I haven't changed strings on one of these in ages, so watch me screw this up. There's a little hole here in this lever. So my B string's got to go through that hole. Right? It's coming through there. And now the new hole that we drilled with my little plastic thing in there, my little plastic bushing. I'm going to push on the bushing. I don't know if you can see it all from that side. It's coming out now. It's going in there. All right. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit extra here. I'm going to shove some ballistics inside here. This is like the old chapstick thing. I'm just going to take a goober of that. Hog Heaven here can help me. Thank you, Hog Heaven. It's like a tiniest scoop of ice cream. All right, in you go. All right, now I'm going to take the B string. I'm putting this guy back in the little hole, hopefully. There we go. All right, now I'm going to take my string and I'm going to feed it through this hole, feed it through the little nylon tube. Okay, here's my string. It's coming up over, and now it's back. It's through the bridge. It's coming. You can see it's entered the bridge plate. It's gone through here, through the lever, through the back of the bridge plate, emerged through the little hole, and it's going through this little plastic tube. Oh, the one I flicked. The rest of it I flicked on the ground. And we're coming up. Now, as it's really loose, this just kind of came out of the hole, which is okay, no big deal. I just need to get it in there when it's under tension, then it's not going to be going anywhere. Okay. The string is a little bit offset from the saddle, so it kind of has to make a little bit of sideways jaunt because there's no other way, because this is where we have to drill the hole. So that's why these things are kind of important to keep this little piece of nylon in there, get it a little lubricated, because it's going through and it's kind of got to and then go along its way. So it's not ideal, but you can get it set up so it keeps pretty decent tuning. But it's like a lot of other stuff where you're playing and you know as you're playing chords, things, there might be slight tuning changes and you're compensating for it while you play. This is a bit the same way. It's not going to be, oh, miracle, it goes up perfectly, miracle, it comes back. You gotta work with it a little bit. But as long as you can work with it, it's rad. And I shouldn't be talking because I've just recently been trying to get the hook, get some mojo on with this thing. But it's clearly the range of tuning. Let's just call it a tuning range, and then you have to kind of work with it. All right. So what do we have? Our B strings in there. And we have our E string. Not bad. Guess that's pretty good. Okay, now, just so you can have an idea, I'm going to put the thing in here and just show you the action of this real quick, and then we'll do a little dial it, and then we will basically be done with this thing. Where did I put the magical arm? Am I turning it the right way? Yes. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to try to turn this thing on. It is not the greatest. Here, let's put this down real quick. Oh. It makes putting your guitar down awkward. That's what you... Ooh, not cool. Okay, I still have to do the height because I mixed up my saddles, but I just want to show you how this works. Okay, everybody, I'm just going to have to do a little tightening up of my saddles, but you can see where all the other our B-bender's working. Actually returning the tune pretty decently. And I'm going to get this thing in the hands of Johnny Gomez so he can get used to playing one of these things and see what he comes back with. I really think it's going to be fun. But this is a pretty ASAT, this nice 3-tone sunburst alder. Look at that fingerboard. Doesn't that fingerboard look so much nicer? It feels nicer. It doesn't feel greasy. It just feels like it's nice, well cared for skin. So people take care of the fingerboards, okay? It makes a huge difference in your experience. You know, if you got like a rose or a ebony, something open pore, you got to take care of that stuff. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching my little hip shot B-bender installation. This is kind of fun. I'm really looking forward to see what Johnny Gomez does with this thing in his hands, because I wasn't going to give him mine because I got to keep that here. I'm just switched on to this thing now, so I know I'm going to learn some stuff, and it's super fun. I think we have maybe a little bit of footage of John's first sort of attempt to try to mess with this thing in the lounge, or shall I say that thing, and we'll of course check in with him again after he's got some days messing around with this thing. So I bet you he's already watched. He's probably went home today and watched a YouTube video already on how to use this thing. Oh, and that reminds me, I got to get him this. This is Will Ray's B-Bender Mania, an instructional video on using mechanical string benders. And this was his thing, this hip shot B-bender. It is his thing. And he can work this thing like nobody's business. I mean, he has this other mojo where he's using slide rings too, which is totally mind-blowing. But just, if you want to see somebody who knows how to make this baby do its thing, Will Ray is the man. So I'm going to have to get this thing to, there he is looking really sexy too. I'm going to get this thing to John and assume that he has something to play DVD. I love this picture. It's like, this has got to be 30 years old. No, wait, 1991, is that 30 years? Yeah, like 30 years old at least. And this is this ASAT. They put this gold leaf stuff on, like very thin gold leaf. You probably can't see this, but I remember this. This was rad. And here he is a few years later with this E3 all sparkled out, looking sexy. Look at that. You want to mess with that? No, I don't think so. Anyway, this guy's the badass with these things, so we'll have to check in with that. Anyway, thank you everybody. We'll see you soon.